Yeah, welcome back to Fire and Water Cooking. I'm Darren, of course, and today I'm going to do something I know I've never done on this channel, but I had this up in New York City a couple weeks back when I was up there, and I've heard about it before, just never had one before when I was up there. The chopped cheese. You're going to see a lot of videos on YouTube about the chopped cheese. I'm going to make mine just a little bit different. I'm going to make it my way. I'm going to try to use the base of a regular chopped cheese to kind of go and create something on my own. The chopped cheese from New York City. I'll be right back.
Smoking, grilling, getting hot and hotter, sous vide and chilling from fire and water.
Alright guys, as you see, I got a lot of ingredients here, a lot of different things out here. Got a hoagie roll. Got this from my local public supermarket. They'll actually sell you the real ones from the deli where they make the sandwiches. They don't carry this one actually in the bakery area. They've got smaller ones, but I got them to sell me some full ones. Of course, I got some ground beef, some American cheese. I'm going to use a little bit of bacon. I've got the original adobo that they use up in New York City. Of course, the condiments, ketchup and mayonnaise. I have a little roasted red pepper here. I got some jalapeno, fried jalapeno crisps as well. And of course my own black garlic and herb compound butter seasoning. We're going to combine all this stuff, guys, along with the onions, lettuce, and tomatoes, and the way they make it. So if you've never had a chopped cheese, it's pretty much a cross between a cheeseburger and a Philly cheesesteak, but not. It really tastes really good. You can find these anywhere in New York, but they're famous from the Harlem area. I guess Haji's Bodega up there, which is a convenience store that makes sandwiches and stuff, is famous for them, but now you can find them all over the city. I actually found one in Chelsea called Olympia Deli, right across the street from where we were staying. So, really guys, hamburger, cheese, hoagie roll, and we're going to mix it all together. I'll be right back when we're getting it on the grill. I'll be back. We're going to get started making the hamburger. Usually what they'll do, they'll take a couple burger patties that are pre-made and they'll put them on the griddle. Because what you're looking for is you want that Maillard reaction, that crispy crunch like you get with a smash burger. But they don't really make them as a smash burger. They just put regular burger patties on there. They let them cook really, really long on the one side to get that crispy, crispy crunch. Then they start chopping up everything together. So that's what I'm going to do, guys. I'm going to see you over at the griddle, and that's where most of this is going to happen today. All right, all my griddle was preheated, medium high. I put a little oil down because I use an 80-20 ground beef mix where they usually use like a 70-30 in New York. But we're going to flatten it out so we can get a good crust on that side. I'm going to go ahead and put my adobo and my black garlic and herb compound butter seasoning on the beef. I'm going to lay my onions down right next to it because I want them to get a little caramelization. I don't want to mix them up with the ground beef just yet. So we're going to let these both get kind of crusty on each side before we start mixing them up. I'm going to go ahead and lay my bacon bits down with the onions and also my roasted red peppers. Usually you won't find these ingredients in a regular chopped cheese in New York, but like I said, this is my way. Feel free to make these any way you want, add any ingredients you want. I'm going to take my roll and we're going to toast it on both sides, put a weight on there so that it gets heated through. We're going to get a nice crisp on that bread. Once we get a nice crust on that ground beef, we're going to start mixing it up with all the other ingredients. Alright guys, to get you a little closer up, I'm going to go ahead and start chopping this up now. What we're going to do is just going to mix this all together. Chop up any of those bigger pieces into littler pieces. If you wanted to, you could use a chopper here. Just to get those bigger pieces chopped down. So we got all that caramelization going. All right. Try to get all your ingredients all mixed up in there. All right, so this is almost done. What we're gonna do now, put our cheese on. And you're gonna put the cheese on just like this because you want this layered. You're gonna want it to fold over each other just like this. We're just gonna let that melt into the meat. Just like that. While the cheese is melting, I'm going to show you guys I did cut the roll already. And all you're going to do is you're going to take some mayo and you're going to put mayo down both sides of the bread. Give it a good amount. Ketchup. Of course, I didn't open the ketchup. A little bit of ketchup here. Again, just make sure you get full coverage on there. And that's what we're going to put the meat on. And then we're going to put the lettuce and tomato on in just a second. All right, I'll be right back when we're finishing it. All right, guys, check out this melty goodness, all that Maillard reaction, crunchy beef in there with the onions and peppers and everything. Time to start putting it in the bun. So here we go. Finish this off. All right, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and take this off now and put it on the bread. And you're just gonna want to lather it in there. Get it as even as possible. Get all those crunchy bits. Like I said, I use this slotted spatula so all that grease doesn't get into the sandwich. Take a look at that, guys. Look at that. All right. We'll get it over here and I'll show you how we're going to cut it. All right, guys, so I got it all put together here, and what we're going to do now is add a little bit of lettuce, and then chopped up iceberg is what they use, thinly sliced tomatoes, of course, as thin as you can get them. Just got to put it in there. Then we're going to roll this thing up. Going to wrap it real tight. That's what they do. Trying to squish everything together. You have to push everything together with the spatula. You can do that. Kind of push everything in there. Wrap it up real tight. And they use double paper, so that's what I'm going to do. Wrap it up tight, guys. Then we're just going to let it sit here for a minute, kind of marry everything together, then we're going to cut it up. Alright, so let's go ahead and cut into this. Right down the middle, see how it turned out. Oop. Make sure you cut it all the way. Get all that paper. Come on. There you go, guys. Chopped cheese. All right, guys, I'm going to take a bite of this one here because it's falling apart. And I got to make a couple more of these for my kids who are over here for dinner. You just keep it in the paper. Hold it together. Oh, that's pretty awesome. Really crunchy. Oh yeah, nice and cheesy, crunchy. Wow. Check it out, guys. Make it for yourself. Classic chopped cheese, but make it your own way. Add some things to it that You know, it'll make you happy. A little bacon. Wow. Awesome stuff, guys. Thanks for watching. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram. Check out our seasonings and sauces down below. I'm gonna go finish this. I'll be back.